Welcome to the Liberation of Undermine DPS Heroic Guide for Dummies. I will tell you everything you need to know from a DPS perspective in the simplest way possible, with no regard to others but your DPS logs. Vexy is our first boss, where the objective is to use bikes to remove armor and do amplified damage. When an ad dies, hop into a bike and aim it at a boss. Your goal, however, is to do big damage, so avoid the charging bike lines, take the big purple circle out, and avoid all fire circles and CC ads. Ads spawn in the burn phase, so hold lust and 3-minute cooldowns until then. Cauldron of Carnage was my favourite boss and it was super easy. The raid splits in two, swap sides after the big battle mechanic. On the dino side, soak a big bomb and avoid fire waves from the tank and fire on the ground. If you get the beam, face it away, and after a few seconds, you can move out. On the gorilla side, moving causes you to get stunned, so only move during the lightning drop mechanic. Ads will spawn, which need to be CC'd, and you can't pad on them. Rig Reverb is all about these pillars which need to be consumed. But this is a DPS loss, so if your raid is struggling to clear them, ask for a third tank. Your job is to blast the boss, blast the ads and avoid everything. Dodge the sound waves and spread for lightning circles. During the boss immunity phase, you run to the pillars to be knocked up and over the AoE slam. 6 Bunk Junker is a super annoying fight with a new mechanic where you need to create large trash balls to clear bombs off the map. However, again, this is a DPS loss, so you need to accidentally hit the boss early if you're targeted. This fight is all about burning ads, avoiding fire, and making sure your fire doesn't burn the trash piles on the ground, because your other players need that to collect to clear the bombs. Also, be careful where you stand as those big trash balls will stun you. Sprocketmonger Lock and Stock is just chaos incarnate. This whole fight is avoid, avoid, avoid. Don't stand in lightning, don't get hit by a rocket, avoid the beams, don't get hit by drills, don't get pulled in by magnets, make sure you get knocked onto the conveyor belt, not onto bombs. And in Heroic, there are bombs, but hopefully your raid leader doesn't assign you so you can just blast. The One-Armed Bandit is another incredible fight with a great theme and coins which when they roll, pass, give you a damage buff. So, ads will spawn, which drop coins, they need to be placed in the boss, and it generates different mechanics. Again, let some other schmuck do that while you just cleave and have fun. One part will have yellow ads that spawn and target players. You have to run away. This is a wipe if it touches you. Otherwise, avoid stuff on the ground, use a personal when the debuff is on you, and make sure not to run to the coil which connects to the boss to the lightning coil. Mrreeeee is a huge DPS check and we only just killed it this week. Unlike others, you'll most likely need to help with the soak mechanics, but again a raid leader will assign you, so don't worry about that. The room is split into 2, and at different points your leader will tell you to cross the middle. Avoid frontals, and if you're ever targeted, stand still so the raid can move around you. There's a bit of like a tank soak mechanic, there's like a gun that cleaves out. If it's on you, stand still. Icicles spawn during the ice mechanic, you've got to hide behind the rock wall. If you're in the rock wall for a soak mechanic, kill the ad, get knocked out together. If there's a bomb on you at any point, don't soak it unless you're called for, just root it. There are little fire circles that spawn, soak them. At low health, Mrreeeee will start charging around the room. He charges, then spins. You just got to avoid and pump him. Finally, Chrome King Gallywix, which it is week 3 when I made this video, so you can't expect me to have the heroic guide out yet. As a DPS though, in normal it's pretty easier. Our goal is to do no mechanics so we can get big logs. So you're going to split into 2 groups. These you have to soak in this cone of anti-heal mechanic. Otherwise the whole fight you just avoid, avoid, avoid. Stuff on the ground, stuff getting shot at you, and you just blast the boss. There is one soak mechanic later on, and it's 3 people to a soak, but again, 3 people, that's 9 during the soaks, there's 11 people that don't, and you want to blast. So remember, I'm just here to help you do more damage and not help your raid kill bosses. Happy gearing.